Okay, so I Tvghana baso na like na comment no share money and say there. Enya bi ahwe. Now, you see, Ghana Midwives, Nurses and Midwives Association for say omo call strike even as at now. Aye, omo strike aye nya asem koto all because now that Kufuado and about me mamu papa any omo sign a particular agreement on omo working conditions. This current government by NDC scammers ne buy you know. Omo say omo between agreement na that kwa ni omo call yenim. Meanwhile, now that kwa agreement on go na come I said about improve omo working conditions. So at least health personnel say omo good working condition na e benefit ye citizens no. Because omo yi omo mind dey aye adwuma omo nye na say dey omo ye so at omo yi omo mind adwuma ni e afi omo for ye kwate ya NDC for so omo twa dey no na nice for say da omo twem da because omo no dey na NDC for ne dey ne e dey ba no omo hwem a omo ku omo conditions na omo say omo twa kufu adudie no dey aba no enye bako and the point just you better some of these things because at the end of the day no yes citizens no any ebinya results no so what I say because say nurse ni no the working condition nya citizen bi eyere be kwa akowo ne ba bi be yare ono amu so be yare okọ hospital na nurse fo mfi na e dey ne besi so what I say in the long run no ye ne kwa akobre now we na as usual omo journalist Johnny Hughes abetena ni show no so na potutu and now be control damage no man for aflopia magana for the man no left right center in asem koto omo for presido e ma intirimu into na dan kwa agreement on your mkoye no any NDC for the no so mo dey ba no ekunu go ti presido some of the two guy and the reason why nurse for no dey ekọ omo strike no even as at now omo de koja bobo muti no omo sanya asem koto a omo dwuma mu so atia say ekoso gidigidi ye koni enkotie presido ntirimu de ma ye a senior man no so a control that is no or defense mechanism or use ya follow pay you know so e be ko yakwa akwa man for ye go tie president
abusia eja dem aye pin so ene Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association e de krata ba bontin e ka kire o members health professionals nyina any health students say fiti eneko or hospitals or clinics facility bia we adwuma o including mu amu school mu ko school a more clinicals, more rotation. Wherever you find yourself at, oye nursing ho adwuma, fakultan eboti, ene wonsa. Na omo ye oye kire tia this useless NDC government. Na adienti omo so omo ye kire nyina ne say, eye na na ado aban, ene omo sign a collective agreement a form working conditions ehun. Now, this NDC government wants to vary it or person no more renegotiate. Now, what kind of criteria? Almost stated women emphatically say renegotiation. It's not to better their lives, but rather to worsen it and into no more that demonstration. Now you see, it's yare abakrum, me okoto, can farm home. It's a unity, many health professional, but near concern Emma me how ungrateful health professionals, nurses, especially more school. Now the collective agreements are on nurse for health professionals as sign. It was good, like it was good and a bit nurse for midwives. But some of you mobile social media na match phone and see when na mo dia Kufuado atem, na mo dia MPP atem. Especially student nurses, so that we have some of them on this app. No more just almost year campaign, Mama Hama, ene money. Mubekaya before elections, you know. The catch them will say, Mua moye, Bunia, Mobo Kufuado Triso. Yankupon Bepi Amoka 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Someone jimoni so ai aba papa ba de mo pe no no ai someone jimoni so unya hu no hwe de aba che nkuro yi montena se afi ni amasha ase ekura ze de 6 months unya nko bi unya msham sapo bunzo ha student nurses in Ghana nurse for unya hu no bi so atiase for senior man so me control damage or follow pay concerning this same issue in Yenkoni.
This is the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. The others within their fold say, look, we have not agreed on a strike. We agreed to go and engage the minister, finish with the minister, and then when we don't see any headway, we will hit the streets. They left that meeting. The Ghana Registered and Nurses and Midwives Association. They say, we are going on strike. Of course, they have a right to go on strike if they so wish to go on strike. Now, they say between the 2nd to 3rd of June, that's yesterday and today, they will wear red armbands, headbands at work. 4th to 8th of June 2025, withdrawal of all OPD services, including public health services, ANC services, and all specialist clinics. Then the 9th of June, there will be a total withdrawal of all the services. Now, they are doing this strike because of a collective agreement that they had. It's there. That document is there. Circled green. Now, that collective agreement that they had was supposed to have been implemented by the 1st of July 2024. Come to me. By the 1st of July 2024. That agreement that was had, which was signed by Engineer Ben Arthur, who was then at Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, who later went to contest, is there a ticket of the MPP? Yes? That's one. Now, the chief director of the ministry at the time also signed. Then Auntie Perpetua at Ghana Registered and Nurses and Midwives Association also signed. Then the secretary of that union also signed. That agreement was supposed to have been achieved or supposed to have been kick-started on the 1st of July 2024. The common sense question that you ask is, why did they all keep quiet when it was 1st July 2024? Why did they not say anything about it in 2024? July came, July, August, September, October, November, December. Right? Those months came. Then we went for the elections. And then after the elections, January, February, March, April, May, then they are complaining. Legitimate that it's taking too long. But the first common sense question to ask is, why were those questions not asked then? Was there a political underlay? Because now if you speak to some of the nurses, they are saying that Madame Perpetua is married to a certain politically exposed person. So I don't know if that is the case. Say she's married to a certain politically exposed person. That could be the reason that this is being pushed at this time. I don't know. If they have agreed, let the agreement go on. But one of the things that I found in the agreement, reading it 2 days ago, was that nurses and midwives were going to have their licenses renewed by the state. Nurses and midwives. The renewal of their licenses, which was their duty, or which is their duty, will now be renewed at the expense of the state. The state has to pay for it. So I paused and asked myself, let's assume that we agreed to do it for the nurses and midwives. That when your license expires, we will renew it for you as a state and pay. Then the architects and engineers at AESL will also come. Say, oh, we also work for the state. When our licenses, or we have to renew it, you have to pay. Then the lawyers at the courts who work as state attorneys and all of that will also come and say, if we have to renew it, you have to pay. Then other professionals within the field, HR professionals will come, PR professionals come, my IPR subscription, you have to pay. Everybody will now come. Can we as a country fund it? No, I'm asking you, can we as a country, if everybody comes to say, I'm a professional, I'm working for the state, so pay. How many nurses and midwives do we have in this country? And at this point, when we all know that our kitty is empty, we know over 700 billion was what we owed. We know what our debt stock is. Even though this government claims that they are paying some of the debt, we know what our situation is. We know that we don't have the money. And because we knew that we didn't have the money, that was why when on the 1st of July 2024, when the matter was right for us to kickstart this whole initiative, the collective agreement, we kept quiet. Because it was an election year. We would give you the raw street sense. So yes, it's okay for you to have a roadmap, but the question is, let your conscience also guide you. 1st of July 2024. That was when it was dated to take effect. Engineer Bernata can bear me witness. Madame Perpetua can bear me witness of what I'm saying. The document is there. Maybe tomorrow I have to show the document. The full collective agreement that was reached. I have to show one of the clauses in there. Says their licenses for nurses and midwives have to be paid for, borne by the state. And I'm asking, if we pay for them, won't teachers also come? Won't doctors come?
Okay, my phone, not just say, on a man, and you call to damage or sorry, or na Ghana phone say, me to you say, Massa, get away. Teacher's license is paid by the government CPD allowance. As wonim po, wonim. They have forgotten about the court actions and the ruling that came later. Politics everywhere. I see politics playing big in the near future. Just like the bar. Hey! Well, my for. Hi, Tvghana, Jacob, to cover his